You're listening to the Frame100 podcast, a show by Brickfilmers for Brickfilmers.
And welcome to the Frame100 podcast, the podcast so long it makes Stack feel like BRAWL. Today is June 29th, 2020, and this is Season 1, Episode 4 of the show. I'm Chris, known as Goldbrick Productions, here with Jared, aka Dudebrick.
Hey.
Trevor, aka Suited Ninja Nerd Studios.
What's up?
Sam, aka Locker74 Productions.
Howdy.
And Marcus, aka Brick Hat Studios.
Hello, hello.
How are we all doing today?
Doing good. Surviving.
Not too bad.
I gave blood
Alive.
today.
Cool, because I haven't slept in a week and I still can't sleep.
Yo, that
Hey, it was worth it.
So I envy all of you.
That's rough, buddy.
It was
Was
worth
it
it.
worth it?
I
That's rough, buddy.
I hope it was worth it. If you're asking, wow, why is this crazy dude just so tired? It's because BRAWL and brawling of the brick films rapidly I can't do this. What am I doing? Trev, take it away.
I don't know what I'm about to talk about, but I guess apparently BRAWL, the Brickfilming rapidly all week long contest from the Bricks in Motion website happened last week. And all of us proceeded to not participate except for Chris because he is an overachiever and
Yes, he is.
I'm sad.
Well, we knew that.
The end. So, Chris, how was that? Because I'm sure that was an interesting experience trying to get through that. Because I don't think any of us have participated in it before.
Negative.
Nope.
Because I have not.
I don't think so. I want to say Sam participated once a while ago, but no, wait, I don't think he has.
I think you're the only one.
I participated, I think, a couple years ago. It was when BRAWL and Brickerback Summer Contest ran at the same time, so I made an entry that fulfilled both contest requirements. Since then, they wrote a rule saying you can't do that, so I couldn't do that this year.
That
cheated the system that cheated
fun.
you.
Pretty much. I felt very ripped off. I have a very sternly worded letter to Chris Wynn and Penta and Rio about why in the world they would take away this opportunity for me to really overexert myself and really tear my brain down to pure insanity.
How dare they?
But that's not going to happen.
Sad.
How thoughtless. How totally thoughtless.
Disappointing. But how was that? How was so? The thing I want to know personally is how did it compare to Thack? Because Thack is very much, guns blazing, hit the pavement. You have to get stuff done as soon as humanly possible. Whereas BRAWL, you do actually have a little bit more leeway and control over just what you can do, and you can kind of do a bit more than you can Thack just based on the extra time. How does that all work? How did that factor in for you?
Honestly, when it all came down to it, it just felt like Thack. Because taking into account the time that I was sleeping and the time that I was, working my regular job and whatnot, I think I had as much time as maybe a little bit over Thack to actually work on my film. I mean, granted, you have a full week to get this thing done, but when you try to factor in everything else and just have some sort of normalcy while you go about this, and especially towards the later days, it felt a lot like Thack.
As a judge, I'm curious, how was your time management skills? Because I know, like with Thack, you have to manage your time very, very precisely. With this one, did you feel any time crunch at all?
I did. I know in my case, I was sick on Sunday, so I did not get very much done at all. I think I just hammered out the last of the script over the whole day. So by the time Monday came around, I was feeling a lot better. I pretty much lost an entire day's worth of animation, which that was kind of a bummer. But it wasn't quite nearly as precise as Stack. In an ideal world, I would just take the entire week off to work on a film. But I think even then, I would have just overexerted myself.
Did you feel like you procrastinated a lot more during this whole week, or during that week, instead of putting the foot to the hard pavement, or whatever the phrase is? I know you worked and stuff. But did you feel like that you procrastinated a lot more during this week?
I don't don't think so. I didn't do anything else besides Brawl, honestly. I think there's a couple segments in my Brawlumentary where I broke up the animation with me making a grilled cheese sandwich or something. But other than that, I literally did nothing else.
Now here's the most important question: what kind of cheese was on that grilled cheese sandwich?
Oh my god.
That is a good question.
Pepper jack.
Yeah.
Pepper jack?
Pepper jack is where it's
Not
at.
Carvalone, my boy.
That's my dude right there.
Pepper.
I mean, cheddar's just basic.
It's
not gonna lie.
Americans.
Provolone's alright
Very
sometimes. Swiss only really works on a burger. It just doesn't work on a
Dude,
sandwich.
I tried Swiss for the first time at the beach that week. It was good. It was good.
Pepper jack's
quite enjoyed
better.
it. Pepper Jack is a banger. It slaps.
Pepper
It
jack
slaps
is so universal.
so
like, you
hard.
can put it on tacos. You can put it on
See,
grilled cheese sandwiches.
dude.
You can put it in omelets.
I'm about to say
Where
something.
can't you put pepper jack?
I'm about to say something really controversial. My personal thoughts about cheese are very weird.
The way you preface that. My personal thoughts
Yes,
on
yeah,
cheese.
yes. See, so it's weird. Like if I'm having a taco, I will put cheese on that taco. But like I won't have like cheese on fries. Like I won't have cheese fries.
I won't either.
I also don't really like it on eggs either. And I don't know if it comes down to just not
What is
liking
wrong with you two?
certain types of cheese. A lot of things. I don't know. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it comes down to
either.
just not liking certain types of cheeses. I don't know if it comes down to just like I just don't like it on certain things. Like I don't really like it on burgers. I've begun to have like a tolerance. I've built up a tolerance to it on burgers.
Yeah,
Mostly
here's
just from
my
people
thing.
So
messing
you're
up my order at
lactose
Wendy's,
intolerant.
but, I'm not
pretty good,
lactose
sounds
That
pretty
is
funny.
actually a possibility.
Like the thing with me is
I'm
like
not. I drink a ton of
don't
milk. I have cereal every day.
I don't like American and cheddar on burgers. I don't like the taste of it. It combines with like beef or like chicken. But you put pepper jack with some beef on a burger, bro, that's a banger. That is a banger burger. Banger burger.
It's a banger.
Yes.
It's a banger.
So I'm
yeah,
one of
I don't
those,
know.
really good,
I'm
though.
so weird about it. I'm very weird about it.
I'm one of those people where I will put cheese on literally everything.
On dirt.
Every single thing. It's like when you're in elementary school and you can discover like this tastes better with cheese. You just put cheese on it. It's like you could give me something that's just awful, and I'd be like, I just need more cheese. It's like the same thing
Mega
with
Bloks?
ranch. I just need more ranch. I just need more ranch.
Lepin?
Hey Sam. So I need to ask you about this. What do you think about this color grading on this video? It needs more cheese.
It needs more cheese. And I'd be like, all right, I know exactly what that would mean. It means more flavor. It needs more needs more oomph. Just Dude, you can make anything
Needs to be
taste good with
smokier.
cheese.
I think for me, it's I don't like an excess of cheese on whenever I'm eating. I think it's more an instance of it, like, you know, less is more. That's very much where that comes into play, I guess. I think that's like the conclusion I've come to, because like grilled cheese, I can't eat grilled cheese. Like I physically cannot. It's too much cheese for me. Bread though,
Try with pepper
bread
jack
is
though.
bread is the stuff right there.
Trev,
Solid
try
bread.
grilled cheese with pepper jack. Or
I will have to
Hang on,
do
Chris,
this.
I need to
That'll be
try
my
that,
goal
dude.
for
That
this
sounds-
week.
try a Philly cheesesteak, because the
Dude.
Swiss they
Oh,
put on
yes,
there,
Philly
it's so
cheesesteak.
subtle. It's
I actually-
just subtle. It's
I don't know
perfect.
if I've actually had one,
Bro, a
but
Philly
I'm
cheesesteak
pretty sure
is good.
that would be right up my alley. Actually,
Is good.
Even
Okay.
with the
Oh, it
cheese.
is
on
good.
it.
Next time we hang out, hopefully, like after this whole pandemic is over, you have to come by up here sometime. Okay, we gotta
Well,
get you one.
I know we have
Yes.
actually a cheesesteak place at our local mall.
Is it Charlie's?
I do believe it is Charlie's actually. Yeah,
Doesn't count. I don't know if
Yeah,
that
that's
counts.
that's the one near mine.
doesn't
I
count.
don't know if it counts.
Yeah, okay, so I think that I might have to go there. It's a hard choice though, because there's also a Chick-fil-A in there, and they have like a New York style pizza place in there too, and an Auntie Annie's.
Is it Sbarro's?
So
What is it with you East Coast people and your great food? Over here, it's like I think a new Wendy's opened or something.
Man.
And no, it's not America's favorite breakfast because I hate it.
Hey,
So
It's-
there.
Look,
If
Wendy's used
only
to have a good
Brick
Take
Fair
me on
wasn't
Twitter,
canceled.
Wendy's.
happy.
I don't care. You know what, Wendy's? You're the Under Oath cover band.
be happy you don't
I
have to
don't know.
drive like an hour to go to fast food. I live in a town where the only place to
I
get
tried
takeout,
several hours.
the only place you can get takeout here is Red Barn, and it's a cafe. It's banging
Is
restaurant.
it good?
Still,
Is it good
It's
though?
Still
That's the
though,
question.
a delivery cafe or a takeout cafe. That sounds nice, dude.
it's like,
No,
it's
I
like
don't think
a
it's one of those cafes.
it's like a family-owned restaurant cafe type thing.
Those are the
and-
best. Those are the
Yes,
best.
They
and
are,
they have a
yeah.
they have a Philly cheesesteak it is my prime Thack and BRAWL breakfast. Like every time we're doing BRAWL, like when I did BRAWL I think I was still in high school when I did BRAWL. I think it was maybe I was still in college. I would order breakfast every single morning and get the farmer's omelet, which is, God, it's like hash browns, sausage gravy, Swiss cheese, and Italian sausage.
Swiss is good.
All in the omelet, and then it's smothered in gravy.
Here's a wager.
Ooh,
And
gravy with
it
broccoli.
is, but every time someone
Mark
complains,
is killing me, dude.
like everyone's complaining that there's fast food. Like, I have to drive an hour to get fast food, but you know what? The Red Barn saves lives. And we just got a new Mexican restaurant in town, and it's fire. It's homemade. Oh, it is so good.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah.
Mexican is very hit or miss. I haven't had Taco
You
Bell
heathen.
in probably
It's-
close to over a decade. The last time I had Taco Bell was
You're
when we
not
just
missing
a couple months ago had a friend deliver. It was just the Baja Blast. That was my first time ever having a Baja Blast. Pretty good, by the way. I
If
should
you
mention.
bad talk
It's been over
Taco
a
Bell,
decade.
I'm leaving the podcast.
I
never
will
had Taco Bell.
bad talk.
It's been over a
hate it.
decade, and I really don't remember what I thought of the tacos we had. It was like we were on
They're
vacation,
average.
and I think it was like a really late night. We were still trying to, make our way home, and I got some tacos because what the heck else are you gonna get at Taco Bell? You're gonna get tacos.
So now we're gonna talk about
You
it.
never get the tacos,
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay?
talk about it.
You get the
You never
quesarito
get
with
the tacos.
steak.
You get the quesarito.
No.
The Doritos Locos Tacos.
No.
What are you, high? Are you smoking weed before you go there? No, you get the quesarito with steak. Okay, quesarito with steak, and you get the double stuffed chalupa or something like that. With the
I've heard of that. Yeah.
You get those two, and then you get a large Baja Blast, and your life will change.
Well-
You're gonna regret it.
well,
You're gonna regret it later, but it is so worth it. That taste.
Well,
is,
once I get back to campus, I'm pretty sure there's a Taco Bell that's fairly close to campus. So
But here's
that
the
might
thing.
be a late night trip.
Here's the thing about
friends. I'm
Taco
not
Bell.
sure.
It only tastes good like after midnight. After midnight, it hits the spot. It's like the same thing with IHOP and Dennys. If you go to IHOP and Dennys
Dude,
at
IHOP,
late at night,
IHOP.
Greatest ever.
IHOP is the freaking best, dude.
At
I missed
night.
that
I
place.
haven't
wanna
had
go back.
IHOP hits so
know what?
differently when it's like 4 a.m. in the morning after you like
Yes.
studied your butt off for an exam and you're just like, I'm
Yes.
ready to go fail.
studying.
I want to go to IHOP now. Back on.
Do you
back
guys
near
have Waffle
campus.
House where you live?
Dude.
No.
So
Unfortunately, no.
we have
Okay.
one near us. I've never been there though, but I hear
So-
that's like that's the place to go like after
It is.
like a hangover.
Yes.
That's
it is
what
much,
I hear.
It is much better. Is much better than IHOP or / Denny's after midnight. Waffle House
I
at
hear
like
it's
2
really,
2 a.m.
There's some characters.
It is.
There's some
But-
characters who are there.
It's still great, and it's there's nothing better after while being drunk for like a couple hours. The waffles
Yes.
and the eggs and the grits.
The last time
They
I
hit.
had
Hits the
Waffle
spot.
House was
So, dude,
7 years ago.
See, I haven't-
That's too long,
okay.
Marcus.
So I haven't been
This
to a
would be
waffle.
my over a decade for Taco Bell.
I've never been to a Waffle
Get on
House.
my level.
But around here we have Denny's and IHOP, and those hit those hit
I haven't been to
differently.
Denny's in a long time.
Denny's is like a budget. It's a budget rate IHOP, honestly.
But
honestly-
personally, I don't think it's as good.
Hot take,
It's just-
hot take. It's better than IHOP at 4:00 in the morning after a night of drinking.
Get out! You're no.
It is.
you're-
It's
you're-
better.
I
Okay.
wouldn't know.
Get,
I don't
get
drink.
the heck
so.
out.
Yeah, that's true. But
Get
Well,
out.
listen, this
know.
IHOP is where you go with your family when you got some coupons and you feel like pretty good breakfast. Denny's
true.
is where you go when you're about to have a brawl.
Denny's is
Denny's
Denny's is where you go when you're
Brickfilming
ashamed of your life
Rapidly.
choices.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so keep in mind, dear listeners out there. Yeah, we've
Actually-
gone from talking about the Brickfilming Rapidly All Week Long contest to cheese to now fast food, specifically.
When the best time to have when the best time to
yeah,
have
like-
Denny's,
yeah.
like-
Waffle House.
Hey, it's a good conversation.
I will say this though, and I'm sure you guys can agree. During the contest, like I pretty much everything I ate was either super quick or instant. Like the first couple nights, I just thought, hey, grilled cheese, that's pretty fast. I got tons of bread in the fridge. I'm gonna handle that. Towards the end, I was like, all right, I'm gonna throw one of these, 5-minute pot pies in the microwave, and we're just gonna go.
They're not bad.
By the time Brawl was over, though, I remember that I had a free pizza with my Domino's rewards points.
Heck yeah,
that was
man!
My victory snack.
Let's go.
So, man, like I do this. I think I do this for every single contest. I try to line up my free pizza with either the middle of stack, like right about when I'm hungry, but I don't want to quit working, or towards the end of like say Brawl or a summer contest or something. So that's a victory snack.
Do you also save it for? Do you also save it when we go to Brick Fair so you can? Please spend it on us. You should.
They're spaced out enough.
You should do that. We should do that next year because I'm
speaking.
No. We ain't having pizza at Brick Fair. We're going to places. I'm driving you guys to places, and we're gonna eat like
I think that's a better idea.
You guys realize, all this talk, it's just making me realize how much I want to eat out while we're all together because I miss it so much.
Guys, my one requirement.
We gotta do beat-ups again.
My one requirement when we go places.
Alcohol, right?
Safe.
Bring a camera and make a vlog?
Beer. But
One beer Sam, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I got you. Wings, beer? No, we ain't having Buffalo Wild Wings. We're going for Korean beer.
Hey.
And wings.
Oh. Can I get
Korean
Coors?
barbecue.
There we go.
So
Can I
good.
get Coors at this Korean
still
place?
not of age. Let's go.
I don't think that's exactly the best choice right now, Sam, considering current circumstances.
Oh my god. You all
He's
can
not
enjoy
wrong.
your alcoholic
I simply
beverages.
ask
I'm gonna
this.
drink some Diet Coke.
When we go to Brick Fair and we're picking a place to eat, I ask that if it is not in the state of Montana, let's bump it up on the priority list. Because for the only time I get to eat Chick-fil-A is A, when I'm visiting any of you guys, or B, when I'm going to a launch flight event or something. Other than that, nothing.
Chris.
I need my number 2 with special sauce.
Chris, there's
Yes,
a Chick-fil-A in
sir.
Montana. I promise there is. I've been
Yeah,
there.
I tried looking for it, and it's mythical. It's like a unicorn.
I will look
We
this up
find
for
it.
you.
I know it's
Oh.
ironic, but work with me here.
We will do Chick-fil-A every day for lunch if I can help it.
Dude, it's in Kalispell.
It's not in Kalispell. All my friends in Kalispell tell me that it's not there.
We are not
It's a
doing
lie. I knew
Chick-fil-A
somebody that
every
worked
day.
there.
It's a hoax. The Illuminati has set this up.
Oh, they would be the people to hide a Chick-fil-A.
They would. That's very
Why do you think
true.
they're always closed on Sundays?
Bro.
Yeah, I demand some answers.
Frame100
Oh my
conspiracy
God.
cast. Here we go.
Here
So-
we go.
I think
That's what
All
I
right.
said.
So
I think next year for Brick Fair, we all need to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and get the blazing wings. And see,
no,
and
we
not
can't
again.
get it.
see,
Not
no,
one or
and
two
see who can
orders.
eat the most. Dude, I'd be so down.
we can get like 1 or 2 orders.
Sam,
we'll all
do you
share
want
them or
to die?
whatever.
Yes.
I'll let you guys. I'll just watch all you guys die because of heat exhaustion, even though it's not how eating hot foods work.
Say that's not how that works,
Dude.
but
If you want real spice, you should just come to my restaurant. Then I'll give you some
That's what
real
we
Oh,
gotta
I'll
do.
get some
Well,
General
we gotta hit up the
Tusos.
restaurant.
Like low
See, here's the
key.
thing. When I ate, man, what did I have at your restaurant, Marcus? It was
Curry.
Like, it was like this curry.
Yeah.
And it was
Curry,
pretty
yeah.
spicy, but it was like good spicy.
Yeah. Oh no,
It
we
was
have
not,
something worse
I
than
want
that.
to, rip out my taste buds spicy.
I had
We
General
have worse than that, dude.
That was a great balance. And I felt alive. And Buffalo Wild Wings is like, ha ha ha, death go brr.
Death go burr. Death go brr.
That's a good meme.
dude,
All right, so
Never again.
I'll get
Right hand raised. I will never again eat the blazing wings at Buffalo Wild
somebody
Wings.
timestamp
Unless
that.
I bring a gallon
Alright.
of milk.
But dude, the General
Somebody
Tusos,
timestamp that and bring it up for next year's vlog.
dude, General
yes,
Tusos
sir.
was fire, Marcus.
General Sow.
So
It is
It's
General
General-
So. General Sow. General So. One of those is better.
It's General
Tusos
Tusos.
is a crime. That is a hate crime.
It's a
General
hate-
Tusos
Dude.
is like saying a hate crime.
I will not express my opinions on this subject.
I think your opinions are the most valid here.
They are, Marcus, considering
General
you're the one who
Tusos,
served that
man.
stuff to us. Oh
That's what happens when you're from Kansas. You say General Tusos. You also say y'all a
Oh,
lot.
I'm having an aneurysm.
Guess what, Sam?
Again.
When you're at Brick Fair, you're not in Kansas anymore.
I
Oh
hate
my
you
God.
so much.
true.
I hate that joke.
How has it taken us that long to make that joke? I don't think we've ever made that joke before.
Yeah, we did.
Holy crap!
No. Trust
Not
me.
in
Trust
Kansas
me.
anymore,
that
boys.
joke.
Chris made that joke every single day we were
Oh
at
my
Brick Fair.
God.
I'd wake up and be like, "Morning, Chris. We're not in
Did
Kansas
he?
anymore."
I don't
It's like,
remember that. I don't remember that. What the heck?
I didn't remember
Well,
that. I
this
do
is-
remember the one time where I was making my vlog and I was wearing the unicorn onesie just for the camera. You open the door, walk out of your room, see what I'm doing, and then just walk right back in.
yeah, I was not doing
Not a
that.
word was spoken.
That was so funny though.
Not about that life. I was
God,
hoping
I
you
miss
did
it.
your unicorn onesie for the vlog, but that never happened.
I think what we need to do is we need to cut our Brick Fair conversation short right now because we need to save that for the weekend that the event's actually supposed to roll around, and so we can kind of just cumulatively talk about anything Brick
Oh,
Fair related
yeah.
that weekend.
Brickfilm
'Cause
plans 2020. Brickfilm?
We-
Brick
we-
Fair?
Brick
Brick
Fair
Film
for
Plans
2021.
2020.
Brickfilm?
Brick Film.
Brick
Hey, that's
Film
when
2020.
that's when A Deal to Die For is coming out in 2020.
No. No. It's
Wow.
not. It's not.
How long did it take to get a deal? Only 20 minutes, guys. We're falling behind.
We
You
are
guys are
falling
falling
behind.
behind. It's pretty sad. So, speaking of Brick Films, with going back to Brawl, which was where we
And throw
started.
2 wheels on it, it'd be a segue.
So talking about the actual entries themselves, I believe all of us have kind of watched through them. I know Jared had to watch through all of them as a judge for the contest.
Yes, that's true. I did.
I've also watched through all of them because I had nothing better to do yesterday.
I think I got through
So
like
I
half of them.
watched Brawl.
I don't think I got through all of them, but
Unfortunately.
I think I got all the ones that showed
I
up
went through
on.
all the ones where I subscribed to them.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the ones.
Sorry, go ahead.
I watched ones that showed up on Brickfilmers Guild promotion and Brick Film Days production or promotion. So I mean, I was
Advertising.
I was really happy. Like a lot of them were really good. A lot of them, and it was really nice. It's the same thing with Brawl. With Thack. It's nice to see newcomers stepping into the ring of doing stuff like this because it means that there's a future for brick filming. And I know we said that before, but I really like that. I
agree.
I mean, I have the films I liked, but overall it was really nice to see, like I said, really nice to see newcomers try it in the ring. So
I would also like to mention that with my entry, for viewers who might already be ahead in the future and get to see this, I'm working on a Brawlumentary, which will kind of break down the whole process of what it takes to do one of these things.
Yes,
So,
sir.
A, please go check out my Brawlumentary because shameless advertising. And B, seriously go check out this playlist of all the entries because a lot of people put a lot of work into this.
Sure did.
And I was hanging around with a lot of the Ninjago community during the week, just kind of, showing them a couple frames of what I was working on because mine was a Ninjago film. And what was really cool about it was just seeing the interest of people who don't regularly brick film and who have started to think, okay, yeah, brick filming is kind of a cool way to, express Lego and Ninjago and whatnot. Just kind of seeing the way that they go about Brawl was pretty cool. No lie.
Yeah, I know. What is it? I pretty much spent all of Sunday, the day after all the entries were released. That was when the playlist was actually uploaded. I went through and watched pretty much all the entries, or I did watch all the entries. A lot of really interesting stuff. I will say it was kind of funny. There were a lot of people that were coming up with fairly similar themes for their stuff. There was a surprising amount of adventurers related stuff. It was very, very weird seeing a lot of. There were a couple Johnny Thunders, a couple Johnny Thunder knockoffs. Very weird.
I can't really say much, but I will say that it was very surprising to see a lot of Johnny Thunder adventure-esque films when you don't see that hardly anymore. It's quite rare now.
I think there were quite a few for Thack, though.
Yeah.
I know mine was definitely one of them.
Yours was,
Right.
yeah.
Actually, Sam, yours was probably the most Johnny Thunder-esque of them because he straight up had reskinned Sam Sinister.
Yeah, I mean there was.
True.
hey,
I mean,
Doc,
besides that, there was a
don't-
lot of a lot of films centered around Johnny Thunder. There was 2 or 3, I think, from the list that Louis in the title were Adventures of Johnny Thunder and the Lost Idol of blah 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 blah, something like
Looking
that.
at it, there were 3. I think there were 3 entries that specifically had Johnny Thunder in it, and then a couple two others that were just
Yeah,
adventure.
I just
related.
found it so interesting because, like, I know preservation was the theme, and you first think is like, oh, preservation of like some kind of artifact or whatever. But then for me, it doesn't go straight to Johnny Thunder. It goes to Indiana Jones. And that's kind of what we grew up on as like film lovers. But it's just really cool to see that a lot of other brick filmers that are very small channel go straight to Johnny Thunder and like, oh man, I have these figures. Let's make a brick film based on that. I think it's really cool, and I hope that theme or that kind of character-esque kind of like comes back to brick filming and to Lego as a whole. I like the adventurous theme. I want more of it.
Me too.
Please.
Now, question:
I want more Indiana
Is Adventurers considered an IP?
Ooh.
Yeah.
A Lego
I would
IP,
say so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Because I know, and I might be probing the wrong person for this one because
Oh
they'll
God.
put Jared in a hot seat. But the IP rule, I kind of did struggle with that a little bit this time around. I just decided to go for it. But then now I'm hearing a lot of Johnny Thunder, and I'm like, is Johnny Thunder looked at it the same way as, say, Lloyd Garmadon?
Well, I think the different distinction between the two is that what
That's
is
a good point. I didn't think about that.
Ninjago is a legacy theme. It's like City, so it's always going to be there. So
You mean Evergreen theme?
Evergreen, yeah, sorry, that's right. And then Johnny Thunder is a legacy theme. That's what I mixed them up. But yeah, Johnny Thunder, that was kind of, it was a thing. It was done and dusted, and then they rebooted it in the form of Pharaoh's Quest back in 2011.
Underrated theme, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I missed that. I missed that theme.
It was a good theme.
No lie, I thought Pharaoh's Quest was going to take off and Ninjago was going to crash and burn. I'm glad
It should have.
down
I
on
mean,
that.
yeah. Anyways, continue.
Well, what is it?
Ooh.
And then
Now we know how I
this-
did it, bro.
Now this is just me spitballing, but I forget. Was there only one wave of adventure or Pharaoh's Quest sets? I can't remember.
Yeah.
There was.
Yes.
Dang, that's so disappointing. Because
Tell me about
See, it usually works that way with a lot of Lego themes.
It
They have
does,
two running at
yeah.
the same time. They do 1, 2, 3 waves, maybe like a half wave in between, depends on the structure.
Mhm.
And usually then they close it to bring in the next one. Really, the only exceptions were Bionicle and Ninjago. Bionicle, because the demand was just so high at the time. And Ninjago, because
It's
people
still
wanted so much
here.
more of the show. Yeah. Like, they literally want to kill it after Final Battle, but then they brought it straight back for rebooted within a couple months. The demand is just so high.
Yeah.
Honestly, besides Bionicle, I can't think of any other planned 3-year themes where Lego has pulled that off.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you
well,
think?
'cause-
I actually had a question. Actually, do you think that the Ninjago TV show kind of helped boost the sales for the Ninjago theme for Lego?
Oh, insanely so. Like back when it started,
Yeah.
back when the show started, they do some mind-blowing stuff with like the narrative of the show. Like I remember, what was it? Lego, really weirdly enough, they did like some 24/7 live stream a couple weeks ago of like the first season. And I didn't watch much of it, but I did pop in for a second, and it was like, I think it was episode 3 of the first season, and I was just like, had a whole wave of nostalgia just hit me right in the face. But I was just remembering like, oh yeah, that happens in this episode, and then that ends up leading to this other thing, and then that leads to this other thing, and then there was this like really massive moment that happened in the show that just like really was. It's not. I don't think it's something you would see in a lot of cartoons, especially like stuff that's very like targeted at children. So yeah, and I mean nowadays like the show it's not on the air as much because Cartoon Network has not been good about airing the show.
Cartoon Network has been lousy.
Oh,
We've been debating
they've been
this
bad.
over in some Ninjago discords. They have been awful.
Yeah.
So
I'm
when
gonna
did
go unhinged on this?
the Ninjago series come out? I guess I might have missed that. Was it in
2011?
Oh.
It was a
So I was
January 2011.
2011. I was in.
Oh God,
That was
Matt.
2011, really.
probably your sophomore or junior year. You and I are pretty close in age.
I was it was my sophomore year.
That's crazy.
Um,
That's 9 years
mine.
ago.
Mine as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's
I don't
9
think
years ago. We're coming up on the decade.
I remember when they released it,
Nuts.
and at that time I wasn't super into the whole Lego thing like I was now. So I was like, I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but it's not something I'm like super about. And I think that might be why I'm not super into Ninjago, just because I never really had that attachment to it from the beginning. I never watched the show.
Mhm.
And I think that might be why. And whenever Chris said he was going to do an Ninjago animation, I was like, meh. But now that
the truth comes out.
Now that I've seen it, it was insanely good. And even for someone who doesn't like Ninjago necessarily, I enjoyed it. So kudos to Chris. But I think that's kind of where my mindset was when Ninjago came out. I wasn't into it. I wasn't super like, I have to get this set. I have to get this story. I was in that mindset in high school where Legos weren't cool, and I was trying to be the cool kid, trying to be slick and stuff. And
did really well at that. Didn't
you? And then junior year I was like, wow.
How'd that go?
and then junior year I was like, wow, I need to do some more stuff than just try to be invited to parties.
Yeah, there's like, you can actually have a life. Surprise.
I don't know what a life
that's
is.
not true.
Wow, you're so savage today, Trev.
I
savage.
Yeah, no, I remember like that's I was the same way with like Chima. Like I never got on that train.
Disgusting.
I thought
Get off that train.
I thought that
Chima was a disaster.
I thought that the builds for like a lot of the vehicles, like having builds specifically based off of animals, I thought was a really neat premise. But then you just start basically they just started like reusing, it's like I've seen a lion vehicle on 4 wheels already. Why do I need to see it on like tank treads now? Like at a slightly different scale. Like it's just kind of.
It's funny because it seems like that Chima tried to replicate the success to Ninjago by putting out a show and the wave of sets, and obviously I don't think the show even got enough traction for it, and I'm guessing that also helped the sets kind of.
It did get more traction than Nexo Knights, though.
Well, yeah. Whoa.
That was a disaster. Look, here's the timeline.
I like Nexo Knights a lot better.
Like way back when Lego's only show was Galador, and we all know how that turned out.
I loved
that
Galador.
Was atrocious.
I never.
Shut up, Sam. Your opinions
when was
are
Galador
wrong.
a thing? I can't remember because
Early
I know that was
2000
to 2001.
Yeah.
I was born that year, so of course I never watched it.
You young blood.
I think you were spared. It suffered from extreme 90s too cool for school. I hate that I said that, but that's exactly what Galador felt like. Sam is making gang signs on the camera here, and it's horrible. But like that was Lego's one show, and it flopped, so it kind of makes sense for the next few years they'd be hesitant. Mm-hmm. Like with a theme as fragile and as revolutionary as Bionicle, you don't want to make a show for that and have it crash land.
The only thing
only around 10 years later. Well, like they made a couple movies,
and
but the movies weren't really.
Oh, I thought they were all right, if I remember correctly, but that was years ago.
The only thing I remember from Bionicle is All-American Rejects. That's the only thing I remember from Bionicle. It's like it.
Why?
And I don't
honestly one of the best parts.
I don't know.
Wait, I'm so confused.
It was so iconic.
What?
There is a reason why. Right around the 2006 to 2007 waves, so the Anika and Mari waves, Lego realized that in order to keep the branding consistent with Bionicle, they need to kind of go in a little bit of a darker tone. So the comics kind of got a bit darker. The marketing sort of had, a rock punk feel to it.
No.
And it's really stood out at the time because Edge, pretty much. I hate saying that because Edge is considered really cringy now. But at the time it was really unique and came out really cool. But again, Lego's not going to stake their entire brand on,
I still miss
All-American Rejects to the Paraka.
I still miss the All-American Rejects part. How is that relevant? Because I was into Lego.
Then, yeah.
I was into Lego when Bionicle was a thing. I can't remember when it ended though. Like I don't remember. I remember Hero Factory. Like I was into Hero Factory, but I wasn't really into Ninjago. I think I had 1 or 2 Bionicle sets, and then I had a couple more Hero Factory sets. It's not as bad as my friend though. He ended up collecting almost. I think he almost ended up getting all of them from all of the different waves, and it was a very weird collection for him to have. But yeah, explain the All-American Rejects thing to me, because I am not in the loop on that.
Okay, so Bionicle as a whole, what made it so cool, and what I kind of sticks around with fans, is it was just lightning struck at the right place at the right time. You had the dawn of the internet, you kind of had more of a punk rock feel just for general mainstream culture, and Lego found a way to keep the brand going in a unique direction, enough to buy them time to circumnavigate back to where they need to be. As a matter of the time, Lego was, 2 bricks short of being bankrupt. So the reason why the All-American Rejects part sticks out to people is because the BRAWL trailer for the 2006 sets, where they were already going in kind of a more darker, edgier direction with the comics, they had this really cool montage of the Toa and Nika, the new 6 heroes, walking to this Paraka facility, and they had the song in the background, some really cool slow-mo shots, just this overall stormy, dark, gritty atmosphere. Completely unlike any other toy commercial you've ever seen. When people think Lego commercials, think of 2 things. A man has fallen to the river in Lego City, and BRAWL Move Along All-American Rejects.
Oh, so it was Move Along?
So it was
polar opposites.
So it was
Move
just
Along's a
backed by an
banger.
All-American Rejects song. That's
Yep.
okay.
Basically.
That's what I was
But not so
confused
much a
about.
song,
All
it's
right.
just a general atmosphere. Like, the song just managed to line up perfectly with the tone they were going for. Take a popular
Okay.
song,
Okay.
line up with the
I see you.
storyline and a product where you didn't expect that from Lego, the toy for nerds at the time. That's why it stuck to people.
It's actually
And
for
then-
children.
and
but
then American-
nerd children.
Point being,
And then the All-American Rejects went the same way as the Bionicle. No one knows
died.
where they're at today.
no, they are actually still signed to Epitaph Records, which is the record label for Architects and Bring Me the Horizon. Except one of those bands sucks, and the other one is Architects.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I have no opinions.
I knew you were gonna
Chris,
make that joke.
Why
So-
do you...
Shadow Moses is a terrible song!
Anyways, yeah. So
We're gonna stop Chris
I noticed
before he-
too that
Continues.
before he goes off the
Comes
deep end.
undone.
I noticed
Before we
too.
incurs his wrath.
I noticed too
Yeah.
with BRAWL that the other theme, because, and this is where my mind would have gone as well, is when I think preserving history. That was something I noticed a good number of people also kind of like ended up like pushing their idea towards. One thing that I don't feel like I saw too much of, there were a couple films that what's the word? I'm blanking on the word. They brought it across really well, was preserving like mental health or like just health in general.
Oh,
I
yes.
know-
I see. I know what you're talking
I know
about.
I know Spudson, Mr.
Self-care.
Hudson Ludy had a really good film that was about like preserving one's mentality preserving one's mental health, and yeah, I don't really know where I was going with it after that, but
I think that was a good one. Twicker Bricks, we've all been talking about that and raving about that
Mhm.
one. I like the idea of the subject preserving itself is sort of how I interpreted it,
Yeah.
which is kind of interesting because you think preservation is, subject preserves object, but that's not where they went with it, and I think it turned out really well.
yeah, I think, Chris, yours was the only one that really, it was yours, and I think Ad Infinitum by Adventures Ensue. Your two were the only ones to like consider preserve as in like a preservation, like a sanctuary, and actually do it in like more of the noun literal sense, as opposed to like, preserve, like the act of preserving something, which honestly I thought that's kind of a neat way to interpret it as well.
I think overall it was a pretty good theme.
Mhm.
I feel like this year for both THAC and BRAWL, the themes have been pretty open. What I
Remind-
don't like is contest themes that I feel too restricted, or where the most logical step for me is to do the exact opposite of the theme.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel nearly as
I
fun.
mean, I think these recent
Uh,
themes have been very, I guess broad is the word I'm looking for. There's like there's different angles
Yeah.
people can take at it, and I think that's very nice to have for as a brick filmer who participates in these
Mhm.
projects.
I know another one that stuck out to me quite a bit was The Last Old Adventure, which I think was I should say was created by Crested Screamer Studios. And that one was more about preserving someone's like sense of adventure. I thought that was a really, like, the idea behind it was a really neat film, and the way it was brought across was really neat. I thought the film kind of suffered from pacing a bit, though. It felt like it was dragging on a bit too long by the end of it. But like I thought that was another like really neat interpretation of the film or of the theme as well. I don't know if you guys had any like other specific entries that like really stood out to you that you'd want to go into.
Not really.
I would like to shout out one if that's all right.
Go ahead.
I can't remember the title, but it's Squidtastic Videos.
Oh,
I voiced it, so I'm a little bit biased.
His D&D
but
film. I'm trying to look for it.
I thought it was really funny. Like, he's just like straight up preserving dead people. That's it. And I think the way he went about that was pretty funny. Not gonna lie.
It was Adventures in D&D: The Necromancer.
There we go.
Yeah.
I thought that was just so funny.
I know.
Well, what is preservation? What is it to preserve something? Squidtastic is all dead people preserved.
I know another one.
Just the video's so straightforward. It's funny.
Yeah. Another one that I thought was really neat was Scrap by 2x4 Productions. It's about like a robot. I'm actually blanking on where. I think it was the robot trying to preserve like himself and his actual like physical form. But it was really neat because it was all done with like brick built robot characters, and the sets were all really massive, and it gave me a lot of like Robota vibes, which I thought was visually and what's the word? The way it was built. It was one of the more standout films for me, because I know that's one thing I really like when people do stuff where it's not with minifigures for these contests, because I feel like people do like to experiment around with that quite a bit, as we've seen in the past with other entries. Yeah. I will say though, one thing, I'm not specifically targeting anybody that did this themselves or what's the word, or calling anybody out in specific, but I think there is a much more interesting way to incorporate the theme of the contest without explicitly having to state it within the film itself or within the title of the film itself.
How dare you, Trevor?
How
dare you?
How could I say something so controversial yet so bold?
We at Frame100 strive to not do anything controversial. Don't you know that? We try. In this year of 2020.
Yeah, we never have controversy ever.
I must have thrown that memo out accidentally, or you guys just left me out like usually.
We probably left you out.
We kind of CC'd you on the email, but
I got CC'd.
For Thack,
No.
I felt like there were too many Thack films that were something opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
For this year, I didn't notice very many that had preservation in the title. I mean, on the one hand, I get it, you know. You finally reached a deadline, you're dead inside, your mom's telling you to go outside because you're looking pale and deathly, and you just throw preservation in your title because you're ready to go. If I'm calling out someone specific here, that's not intended, but if this podcast really resonates with you, please donate to our Patreon. I'm kidding. We don't have one.
Do we have one?
Being, I can understand
I don't know.
people at the end feeling really tired, just be like, preservation, brawl, we're done. Let's go home. Let's go to IHOP. It's late.
And because I don't want to end up like just specifically criticizing everybody that did it and not giving any like feedback on how to potentially fix that. What I've done, I know, when we have these contests and the theme is announced to everybody, I usually, first thing I do is I throw that theme into thesaurus.com. And immediately I'm just looking at that. I tend to do that with a lot of my film titles in general. But when it comes to like Thack and Brawl specifically, interpreting the theme, I feel like that's very key. So I always tend to throw that sucker into thesaurus.com, and I try and find the best way to interpret the theme in a slightly different way from everybody else. At least I hope. So that's something I would throw out to all of you that did tend to lean into the theme a bit too hard. I guess that's a way of putting it.
I usually just listen to Chris's idea and then just blatantly steal it. I did that for quarantine days and it's worked so far.
You do that a lot.
For me, what I would usually do, like for Thack, I think it was opportunity, right?
It was opportunity. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like for those type of themes, I just like think of whatever like resonates with me personally, and then I just like put it into a film.
Boom.
Because like I've always I've always hate the idea of like, oh, you have to wait till like the next opportunity comes, and I'm just like, no, screw that idea. I'm gonna make my own door. My own opportunity comes when I decide.
Mm-hmm. And it was an opportunity to go with a unique title. There you go. I'll leave now.
Get out right now.
Okay, here we go. I have a question.
Before Chris leaves,
I have a question. We're at 45 minutes. Here's a thought-provoking question that we can have a conversation on. In what
question, yes.
fictional universe, TV, movie, Lego theme? I just added that like just now. So, what universe would you like to live in?
Oh, interesting.
TV, movie, or even a Lego theme to keep it on brand.
Blade Runner.
For the
You
record,
said movie?
That was fast.
Right?
Blade Runner.
Why?
Because
I mean, I don't disagree with you. That'd be a dope world.
No, Trev, not the original. The original one would be just depressing. I'm talking about 2049. I would live in that time period because
that looks.
Do you realize that's the same universe as Alien?
Yeah, I know. That's why you just don't go off world. It's problem solved.
I mean, on-world's pretty bad too, man. Androids everywhere.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You have Blade Runners that it's their job to catch replicants that have gone bad. And to be fair, replicants aren't that bad. All they want to do is just be free in America. And humans are just like, nah, we need slave labor.
I mean,
how could you be so androidist?
Right.
Yeah.
So you said the original, not 2049?
I would say in that time period, in that same universe, just that time period.
My question: with 2049, can I have that same technology that Ryan Gosling has to replicate that woman hologram?
Yeah. I don't have to worry about having a wife at that point.
There you go.
Literally.
That's it.
No,
so that's why he wants
Sam
it.
can now just delete all his dating apps.
Dude, I'm telling you, just the whole technology in Blade Runner 2049 is amazing. The aesthetic is phenomenal.
The aesthetic is,
and just the fact that if replicants weren't cops, can you tell me you guys wouldn't want to be a Blade Runner? Tell me there's no way you wouldn't be
dude. No doubt.
I wouldn't turn it down.
I wouldn't want to be a
unfortunately still
replicant
haven't seen
because
it,
then
so I can't answer
I'd have a clock on my head at that point. But
no. In the new, never mind. You haven't seen the second one. Never mind.
I haven't seen it. You can't spoil it for me.
I know. I had to
smack you.
I had to stop myself.
I will virtually smack you through the sound waves.
We need to do this a watch party, by the way.
Yes, we need to do a watch party of 2049.
We can now on Amazon Video.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what
I'll wait on you guys.
That's what I would choose. Would be Blade Runner 2049. That is my pick. Somebody else go because I can talk about Blade Runner 2049 for like 2 hours.
You could, and I appreciate that. I like seeing Sam nerd out. It's funny.
Dude, I nerd out on a lot of stuff, and it's.
Oh, you do.
Just one podcast.
You just come out. It comes out of nowhere. That's what I like about it.
It's just we're gonna have one episode in the future where nobody else is gonna be in a podcast. Be like, hey guys, this is Sam of Frame100. We're gonna talk about Blade Runner and why it's so fantastic. And then we're not gonna get any views because everyone's gonna be like, okay. So
I can just see the description now. Okay. In this episode of the Frame100 podcast, Blade
Runner 2049.
Full
Sam
stop.
talk,
Period. End transmission.
So. That's my choice. Oh, y'all can deny it. Call me whatever you want.
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Splatoon.
I mean, well, he didn't say video game, but
well, you can add video game.
I wouldn't mind.
It's fictional.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. No, I think. Shoot, man. I mean, Indiana Jones, that franchise is near and dear to my heart. It's probably my favorite film franchise.
Even though you like Temple of Doom.
Yeah, you like Temple of Doom. Why would you want to live in the Temple of Doom?
It's my... No, I'm saying in that universe specifically, because they all happen in the same universe. It's not like what is it? Indy is calling on Doctor Strange and opening up multiple multiverses where he's able to hop into stuff and, you know,
time.
keep doing things here and there. But yeah, no, Indiana Jones, like...
In how many realities is The Last Crusade the best one?
Wow, I'm happy I don't live in that reality. But,
Hey.
It's
Shame.
the only reality.
That's the one we're living in right now, Trevor.
I wish...
Sorry, please continue.
I wish Thanos had killed us all.
You mean Snap? Snap. He didn't kill anybody. He snapped.
You want
him.
that to be...
I wish Thanos had snapped us all.
Thank
But,
you.
yeah, no, like, just the period, like, I love the fact that it's, like, a period piece, and, you know, it's adventure stuff, like, thinking about it, just to be able to, like, live through the opening of Raiders, specifically, would be phenomenal. Like, when I, you know, I think when I think about, like, living the movies, I immediately turn to thinking about, like, Universal Studios and, Disney World, specifically. And while I haven't actually gotten to ride any ride specifically related to Indiana Jones specifically, ooh, the idea of doing that, like, oh man, I wanna ride the ride that's out in California Adventure.
It's a good one.
So badly.
I've been on it.
So badly.
It breaks, but just so you know, when you go to, like, what is it, Disneyland to go get on, it breaks down all the time. Like
I have heard that it...
every time I go there, it's like,
operational a lot.
every time I've been there, it's like, it's closed, and it just ruins your whole day, but I've been on it a couple times. It's a fun ride.
This is something I wanted for all of us to do at some point, is just to... And this would be something we'd probably upload to YouTube. We got to go to, like, some theme park, the 5 of us, and just hang out all day, vlog it all, just chill.
We had to go to Disney, and I gotta make my own lightsaber. I don't care how much money, I will drop all of it just for that lightsaber. Okay.
Ooh.
I won't. I'm sorry.
But
I have bills to pay.
Just thinking about it, like, yeah, probably Indiana Jones, because even, like, the minecart stuff from Temple of Doom, or, like, the tank chase in
The tank
Last
chase.
Crusade, the tank chase. Oh, it's so funny. And the
Yes, sir.
what is it? The boat. The boat
chase, yeah.
What even are the boat chase? Yeah, no, they're like, but they're not boats.
Venice?
But they're not boats. They're all, I guess, the jungle chase. I don't know. They're all chases technically.
Oh, you're talking about the one in
Adventure.
Kingdom of Crystal Skull? You're talking about that one?
Yeah, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That one's a banger.
I mean, those are boat cars, so amphibious.
They're boat
They're
cars.
ducks.
Automobiles.
That's not a U-boat, is it? That's
No,
not what a
U-boats
U-boat
are
is.
submarines.
No.
It's a duck.
That's right.
They're like
But yeah, no, just thinking about those specifically, like those chase scenes, like the very high adrenaline stuff, and I'm thinking about, like, how that would translate to, like, an amusement park ride. To live that in reality, oh, so cool. That's the end of my spiel. This is just going to consist of us nerding out.
So when he said boats, I was thinking of Last Crusade with the boats in Venice, and I got really confused.
Right.
I did too.
Right.
I was really confused, but
Yeah, it's
Okay,
the
quick
boat
little
cars.
tangent there, because I just have to say this. So when I was in high school, we had a senior year trip where we went to Greece and Italy, and we went to Venice, and I wanted to go find the church where they filmed the first part of The Last Crusade. And I found it. It was only about a mile away, and we had several hours. I'm like, we gotta go. Thing is, though, you couldn't just go on your own. You had to go in a group. Now, in hindsight, I should have just gone alone, because, like, what were they gonna do? Kick me off the trip? It was the last day of the trip. But I didn't think about that at the time. I tried to convince someone to go with me. Nobody wanted to go. My entire class, they just wanted to sit around St. Mark's Square and kick pigeons. So yeah, they all suck, and I haven't talked to them in years. I've never forgiven them. That is all.
Now, what's the fictional world
Actually,
you
no.
would want to live in,
Chris? I got the final laugh, though, because in St. Mark's Square is where Hydro Man attacks in Spider-Man Homecoming. Far From Home. So suck it, class of 2014! Okay, anyways. The question. So this is tricky, because being in the universe doesn't exactly mean you get to be the hero. I could say Doom, but with my luck, I'd be one of the Diags, and I don't want that.
Oh man, that is...
Diag Chris just is not a good fit for me. I think the one overall, which would be awesome, I would love to live in the Star Trek universe. Just be a commander aboard a starship and just go see and do everything.
No.
Chances of dying are pretty high.
Chris would be
a Voyager has taught me. There's nothing a little time travel can't undo.
Chris, you'd be a red shirt probably.
I would probably be a
You'd
red
be a
shirt.
red shirt, and you'd be
As in a next-gen red shirt where I'm a commander.
dude. Could be Commander Major. Oh, that'd be so confusing.
There we go.
Major.
Oh, it would be very confusing. But like at the same time, I mean, every episode, like everything gets reset pretty much. I can only think of a couple times where the deaths were, permanent. So my odds are looking pretty good compared to say, Warhammer 40K, where everybody dies and everyone's miserable.
Oh god.
So yeah, I'll go with Star Trek any day of the week.
Even Sunday.
Even okay.
And that's a day of the week, Trevor.
Marcus, what's your
So,
choice?
If the rules are set that if we're not going to be like part of the main character's world, like
Yes, correct.
okay,
I mean, hypothetically, that is a way you could think of it. Chris threw a wrench in what was already a perfectly fine system with a very well thought out idea.
well,
And you
okay.
can take it any way you want. Just don't do Warhammer 40K.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so if I was like part of the main character's like world and like have a relationship with them,
I swear
like,
to God, if you
friendship and
say
all
an
that.
anime, I'm gonna slap you.
No. So I would pick I think it was called Limitless.
Yes.
Yeah. The one where he
remember
like
that.
eats the pill and he's like
Yeah, dude.
really super. Oh, excuse me, really smart. Where he's really smart. And if I can't do that, then I would probably pick what do you call it? In Time?
And
Oh, is that the one with what's his face? Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
They have like the clock.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I know what y'all are talking about. I haven't seen it. I want to watch it though because the premise sounds amazing.
It's kind of a hit or miss film.
Yeah, I have
but
heard
I
that.
digress. Sorry, Marcus. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, because like I think like around the age of like 18 or 25, you like stop aging.
yeah.
So you just keep like your looks and stuff.
Bruh, that would not have fared well for me. I'd still look like a baby. I mean, I still do, but
It's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
yeah. Jared,
Sometimes it'd be like
now,
that.
now for the
Now-
man
now-
who posed us this question. You've
now I
had
have
all
to
this
answer it.
time to think
Crap.
of an answer.
Star
So-
Wars.
If it's not Star Wars,
No,
we're gonna have
If
so
it's not
here's the
Star
thing.
Wars, what is it?
Gut reaction to Star Wars, but I'm thinking like that'd be awful because any day of the week the Death Star or Star Killer base could
Yeah,
just
your
like blow up
planet
your
can
whole
get blown
planet.
up. Just
So
gone.
immediately that option is out. So I'm left with a couple options. One, I think I would love to live in Grand Theft Auto. Like that world
Ooh.
would be so much fun.
Dude, you would die so quick.
And then
Club every night.
yeah,
When you die, the last thing you see is wasted.
it'd be so much fun though because you do practically anything.
But the question is, do you get to save and respawn?
That is
Wait,
the
wait.
question of the
Okay.
day, Marcus. But that's for another podcast.
All right, so Jared, you chose Grand Theft Auto. I have a question.
Sure.
If you were in the Grand Theft Auto world and you died, and then you reset, would you want to live there if you felt the pain when you died, or you didn't feel the pain? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you'd have to feel the
Oh.
pain. You'd be
Like,
in
if
that
you-
world.
I mean, like if you felt like if you jumped from a skyscraper and you hit the ground and you felt the pain and then it said wasted, then you respawned, would you do it again?
So I would have like a couple of seconds of, oh my god, my legs are splattered.
Like a couple
And then I
seconds
would
of
respawn?
searing pain and then
Oh
respawn.
my gosh.
That's kind of messed up.
Oh, that's so hard. Because, like, for one thing, it's a couple of seconds. But, like, those seconds can last a long time.
Well, think about this: when you get
yeah.
when you jump into an
What if you just really suck at the game and you have to keep re-experiencing those few
yeah, like
seconds?
so.
I
let's
mean-
say you're driving in a
Yeah,
car.
like the game glitches.
Not so much glitches, more as you're driving in a car and you go off a cliff and you roll it
Well-
and then you waste it. You have to relive that every
Oh,
single
I
time
see.
you want to do that. You know what I mean? Like
So even if I, like, flip a car and, like, the car just flips over and over, but I don't die, I would still feel
yeah,
everything going on.
and then finally
Oh, no,
yeah.
that's so hard, man. I don't know now. Crap. But I do respawn, though.
You
I would probably
respawn.
just like if I did that, I'd probably just pull the trigger on my mouth immediately and just get it over with.
Oh, jeez. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I mean, that is in line with the world of GTA, though.
I don't want to feel that pain, you know? Like, for one thing, I don't know why I jump off a skyscraper, to be honest. I mean, a parachute could fail immediately.
But that's like
You could also just play Grand Theft Auto, but be away from the grand and the theft and the auto.
But like that's what
open up like a coffee shop on the outskirts of the town and mind your own business and not get shot.
Well, that's like
what do some drug runs.
Every time somebody says they want to live in the Grand Theft Auto world, I always want to ask and be like, okay, but you feel that pain when you die. Do you really want to keep doing that over and over and over?
Well, yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because this is just me personally. I've had this thought where like I've always wanted to experience certain types of pain. Like I've always wanted to know what it's like to just I don't know, get your arm
over.
Get like your arm ripped off or something, or like get stabbed by something, like the whole like it actually have a sword go all the way through, I don't know, some bodily part of your
the literal
human
heck,
system.
Trev.
But like I don't know, it's always like some sort of thing I've always pondered before. I don't like.
Well, did you guys see that movie? Did you guys see that movie Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise?
Yes, I love it.
I need to watch it.
So good.
God, I need to watch it.
Oh man, Trev, you need to watch this one actually because it's kind of on topic. Do you think he experienced the pain of each iterative death?
Oh yeah.
Oh, totally, without a doubt.
Okay, like did they address that or did they not? Because he went from being a complete pansy to a complete machine, and I was wondering like, did he ever have a chance to process that he died a bajillion countless times?
Yeah, I think so.
Start and end of that
Somebody
movie?
did the math and what was it? They did the math and he was around for like 47 years. Like how many times he had to relive
Holy
that day? It was
crap.
like 47 years at the same day. I think someone did the
So
math.
that's
with
47 times 365 equals a stupid number. Oh my goodness.
And
Well,
he's
yeah, no, it's just
realistically he's been on a first date for 47 years.
And it ends up differently every time.
I feel like
This is a good pitch for this movie.
Oh, it's great. It is a wonderful movie.
I really want to see it.
It's like 51st dates.
I want to make this a brick film. Because we were talking about this a while ago. How it's very difficult to do romance in a serious way with brick films. I feel like I could do this.
Ooh.
I feel like this is the cue.
idea
This is
for
the
Chris.
one.
Oh god.
I found the perfect one for me, and it's a brick film topic.
And what a way to end off.
Okay, yeah.
Close it out, Chris. Please, for the love of God, close this out.
Okay, here we go. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Frame100 podcast. If you have any thoughts on any of the topics we discussed today, I think at this rate you'll have a lot of them, please leave a comment or tag us on Twitter with hashtag Frame100podcast. We'd also like to thank Lots of Toast for the awesome theme music. Please go check out his channel and support his work. If you want to hear more from us, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Until then, stay tuned for our next episode and keep brick filming.